you've been able to, there are quite a number of things that you actually achieve when you have targets, eh? And I think that one of the worst mistakes we can actually do as distributors is not to have goals to hit every single month. It's a very, very big mistake. Very big mistake. It's a big mistake not to have goals to hit and targets to hit every day. It's a mistake not to have targets to hit every week. It's a mistake to not to have targets and goals to hit every month. It's a mistake not to have goals and targets to hit every quarter. It's a mistake to not to have goals and targets to hit halfway the year. And then it's also a big mistake not to have goals and targets to hit for the year. Now, if you are part, and it's one of the things that I have loved about Neolife. One of the things that I've heard about Neolife is that with Neolife, we teach you and mentor you on how to have goals and targets, which is something that you rarely find out there. In most cases out there, it's about work and work and work. Some of the things we never get to be coached about them. But then with the opportunity or the chance that we have with Neolife is we teach you on how to have goals and targets to hit, on how to have dreams, on how to have, and that's one thing that every single time we have a new distributor getting started, Neolife helps us to set goals and have targets, Now that we have that opportunity, it's very, very important that we work in a very, very organized way, an organized way of having our goals, an organized way of having targets, an organized way of having dreams to achieve, so that every year we can actually register some progress, register some progress. You find that this year, let's say this year you are at this level, and by the end of the year you are at this level, and not even by the waiting for the year. It's also very important that at least every single month you are registering some progress. Every single month you are registering some progress. Every month, probably. I was sharing with the distributor earlier today, she's actually becoming a brand new manager this month. She's actually on top of becoming a manager. She sponsored her third person today. And on top of that, so we are also trying to make sure that all the three people that she has sponsored, they actually have 100 personal PV, because one already has 100 personal points, and then the other one has 36, the other one has 70. So I was trying to guide her and tell her that let's make sure that all these three people that you've sponsored, they all do their 3 in 30 by doing 100. They do 100 personal points, so that you can be able to do a 3 in 30, because a 3 in 30, it actually gives you a free product. And then I was also telling her that since they've done a 3 in 30 and then she's becoming a manager, there is that step up bonus. So I was telling her, because her goal is to become director. So I was telling her that if you really, really, really want to become a director this year and become a solid director is a director who does about 5,000, about 6,000, about 7,000, about 8,000 points. Now that is a solid director. And that solid director who does about 3,000, about 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, and he has a very, very good structure, has been sponsoring 3 people every single month, probably he has like 10 or 12 active legs, that solid director's commission is around 3.5 million shillings. It can even go to 4 million shillings. Now, those are the kind of solid directors that we actually want on Team Land Kings. Directors who are earning 3.5, 4 million shillings every single month. Those are directors that are doing about 8,000 points, 7,000 points. And by the way, anytime they can even become wealthy members. Those are people who are going to become directors, and you find that at the level of director, you can even afford driving a car. Because I mean, if you're earning 3 million, 3.5 million shillings every single month, that means through your savings, you're saving maybe 2 million shillings. And that means by the end of the year, you can actually afford to buy a car as a solid director. Not directors who just do 4,000 points, and after the 4,000 points, they be, oh my goodness, thank God I qualified. No, we want directors who are solid, directors who are doing 7,000, 8,000, commissions of 3 million, 3.5, 2.8, 4 million shillings a month. Is it possible? Of course it is. Is it doable? Of course it is, because other people are doing it. Can you do it? If you put your heart, if you put your mind, and you give it all your best, you can be able to do it. Now, what is the strategy? Team Lion King's leadership has made things simpler and easier for you. Very, very easy. All we are saying is that to become a solid director, all we are saying is make it a point that every single month you are bringing on board a minimum of 3 people. You can be 5, you can do 4, you can do 6, you can do 8 people personally, but you are bringing a minimum of 3 people. Is it hard? Of course it is. Is it doable? Of course it is. People are doing it. Is it worth it? Of course it is worth it. It is worth it. Bringing 3 people every single month and above. And then by the end of the year, you are a solid director who is earning 3.5, 2.5, 3 million shillings, 4 million shillings. Isn't it worth it? I mean, I have seen some different professions out there. I've seen some different professions out there whereby someone works for the whole entire month and is paid 800,000 or 700,000 or 1 million shillings. Someone has put all his time, his energy, his efforts, commitment, everything, sacrifice. You've given in your talent, your time, your energy, your natural gifts that God gave you, and then you are paid 3.5. You're paid 1 million shillings, 800,000 a month. Do you know what it takes to get a degree? Do you know how much money you've put in to get a degree? Do you know how much time you've put in to get a degree for it to be paid 800,000? Now, for you to get a degree, you've actually put in about a minimum of 18 years in school. Primary, nursery, secondary, the university, by the time you get a degree, it's 18 years. Do you know how much money you've put in? A lot of money that you've put in. Do you know how many canes you have eaten from your teachers? A lot of canes. To be paid 1 million, 1.5, 800,000 every single month. That is if you're lucky to find a job, by the way. But now in New Life, we're saying, commit yourself. Give it your best. Sponsor 3 people every single month and above. End the year as a director, solid director, earning a commission of 3.5 million shillings a month. Now, really, bringing 3, 4, 5 people every single month personally, and starting for and 3 million shillings averagely. And studying for 18 years, eat all those kinds. The time, the money. Your parents have sold, my parents, through school, my mother, I went to the best schools, but the schools that I went to, my mother was always selling her inheritance. We come from Kanungu, but we no longer have land there because all of the land that my mother had inherited, about 20 acres, she kept on selling and selling and selling and selling, not until I got to the university that she had nothing more to sell. Do you know how much money she put in for me to graduate and be paid 800,000, 1 million shillings? A lot. But now here we're saying just talk, talk, and talk, and talk, invite people, invite people, invite people. Even if they are refusing to come, invite them. Even when they refuse to come, do what? Invite them. Even when they say, let me think about it, you still invite them and talk to them and ask for them referrals. When we have meetings, when we have business presentations, print out a minimum of 100 cards, go give them out, collect those contacts, collect the numbers. Even if they don't come, you have done your best. Even if they don't come, you have invited them. I know some of these things are quite interesting, eh? Very, very interesting. Whatever you put your mind to, whatever you put your mind to, it actually finally happens. It's able to give you results. Whatever you put your mind to, finally it will give you what? It will give you results. Whatever you put your mind to, finally it will work. If you said every single month, whether it rains or it shines, I am going to talk to 100 guests for me to get my 3 to 5 people introduced because I want to earn 3 million shillings commission. Trust me, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you will be struggling. But then the following 3, 4, 5, 6 months, it will just be a walkover. People will be coming like nothing. Look, when I was getting started in the business, doing 100 personal points was very difficult. Very difficult. But I'm telling you, this month, I have not yet talked to any new customer. Not at all. I have not yet talked to any new customer. I have not looked for any new customer. But on my printout, I have 2,680 points. Personal points. 2,680 personal points. I've not looked for any customer. I have not called any customer, but people are just looking for me. People are just referring people to me. I was struggling to do 100 points, but now people are doing what? People look for me. Same thing with sponsoring. You will start by hustling. You will start by suffering. You will start by struggling. You're calling people. You call 20 people. No one comes. You call 30 people. No one comes. You give out cards. No one comes. Can you imagine? And these things happen at every level. I showed you the cards that I printed for the meeting on Sunday. I printed 100 cards. I printed 100 cards. I paid 50,000 for those cards. And I gave all those cards out. 100 cards, invitation cards were given out. Unfortunately, on Sunday at Imperial Hotel, I did not have a guest. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I printed 100 cards. I gave out 100 cards. On Sunday at Imperial Real, I did not have a guest after giving out 100 cards. Okay, most people were giving excuses by here, it is raining. I hear the rain has stopped us. But some people came. Some people came. Some people's guests came. But mine did not come. Am I going to give up? Nope. Am I going to print more cards? Yes. Am I going to give out more cards? Of course, I'm going to give out more cards. On Sunday, 100 cards I gave out. No one came. Even if no one came, the next experience meeting, I will still print 100 cards and give them. In fact, this time I'll print 200. That's about 100,000 and give them out. Whether they are coming or they are not coming, I will give out the cards. Is it worth it? Of course it is worth it. Because at the end of the day, that is how I am going to get people signed up on my team. That's how my business is going to grow. That's how I'm going to get new people, new customers on my team. So guys, let's do this work. Let's do this work. Our goal this year is to develop a minimum of 20 directors. So far, we have 1 in the bag, 19 to go. We have all these nice, brilliant ideas that are coming up. Please take advantage of these amazing ideas. Utilize them. Do what we are telling you to do. Give out those cards. My guests didn't come, but some other guests came. Other post guests came. You know? Now, this time when I'm giving out more cards, I am going to make sure that I give to more quality people, or probably I'm going to first examine them before I give them the cards. I'm going to say, how can I improve? How can I improve, and, so that I don't get the same disappointment. Yesterday morning, I sent out the audio of Jim Rohn over steps of building your network marketing business. And in this, Jim Rohn talks about the law of sowing and reaping. He talks about this farmer. He talks about this farmer who he planted. He was sowing seeds, and as he was sowing seeds, the first seeds fell on along by the roadside, and when they fell by the roadside, they were eaten by the birds. So nothing germinated. I gave out 100 cards. No one came. Now, this farmer did not stop sowing. He continued sowing seeds. But this time, the seeds fell on on rocky grounds. So as they were growing, they actually were choked by the thorns. They were choked by the thorns. As they were choked by the thorns, so he did not harvest anything. Sometimes we invite people, they go say, let me go and think about it. But they don't start. Do you stop talking to people? Nope. Just be like the farmer who continued sowing. Like I am going to continue giving out the cards, giving out the invitations. Now the farmer kept on sowing, and this time the soils, the seeds fell on fertile grounds, and they grew. I'm sure that when I keep on giving out the cards, when I keep on sowing the seed, when I keep on talking to people and giving out cards towards our meetings, some are going to come and some are going to get started. And that's how our business works. Not every person we speak to gets started. Not every person we speak to about the product business buys the product. No. There are even those that we are going to invite and talk to that probably join after 1 year, others join after 2 months, others join after 3 months, others join after 1 year. Others join after 2 years. Others join after 5 years. But are you going to wait for those that are going to join after 5 years? No, you have to keep on talking to new people. Keep on talking to new people, keep on talking to new people, keep on talking, keep on talking, keep on talking. We are paid for talking. I love Pascal's saying. He says that a closed mouth is a closed shop. If the whole of today your mouth has been closed about new life, it simply means that the whole of today your shop has been closed. If you go for a whole entire week minus speaking about new life products, minus speaking about the new life opportunity, that would simply mean that your shop has been closed for a whole entire what? Entire week. So let's talk to people. Let's talk to people. Our goal is 20 directors. Our goal is 5 world team members. We now have 1 director, balance is 19. We have 1 SAFA director, balance is 4. Can we make it? Yes. Is it achievable? Of course it is achievable. Have people done it? Yes, they have done it. Quite a number of people have done it. Now, how do we become director? How do we become director? Now, the number one, the goal is director. The goal is world team. How do we become? What is the strategy? The strategy is introduce 3 people every single month personally. Introduce 3 and above people every single month personally. And then duplicate it in the team. Teach your team how to do it. Show your team how to do it. That is all it takes. So how do we become director? By doing it now. Step number 1 is having it as a goal. Make the decision that whatever case it may be, I must become director. Make the decision. That is step number 1 to become director. Make a decision. Step number 2, talk to a minimum of 100 people every single month about the products, about the business. That is step number 2, 100 people every single month. Step number 3, sponsor 3 people and above every single month. 3 people and above every single month. Step number 4, the people you introduce into the business, show them and teach them how to introduce 3 people every single month and above. 2 ways of becoming a director. Now, the shortest way of becoming director, which is called, what is it called? It's called, I'm forgetting the name. But the step 1 of becoming director, which is the quickest way, number 1, do 250 points, personal points, and then do 2,000 points with a team. That means you become an executive. If you do 2,000 points, even if you join as a distributor this month, and you do 2,000 points with a team, let's say you introduce like 6 people and you do 2,000 points with a team, and then on top of that, you have done 250 points. If the second month you do 4,000 points, you become a director. It's called fast track to director. So to become a director, the first way is become an executive manager with 2,000 points and 250 personal points. And then the following month, do what? The following month, do 4,000. Is that clear? For example, we have our new executive managers on this call. We have Beatrice Biancha. She did over 250 personal points last month, and then she did 2,000 points with a team, and then she became an executive manager. If Beatrice Biancha does 4,000 points this month, she is going to be a brand new director. Same thing with Erica. Erica from Tanzania did over 250 personal points last month and also did 2,000 points. If Erica can do 4,000 points this month with 250, she can become a brand new director, meaning that you can actually become a director in 2 months by becoming an executive manager first with 250 points, and then do what? Do 4,000 points and then become a director. What is the second way of becoming a director? The second way of becoming a director is you have joined this month as a fresh distributor. You have done 250 personal points. You have introduced 3 people. Each have done 100 personal points. And then you've been able to accumulate 500 points with your team. If you accumulate 500 points with your team and you've done a 3 in 30, you become a manager. Now, if this is the month of April, I've joined this month of April, I have become a manager. In the month of May, I can help these 3 people to become managers. And then I also introduce other 3. When they become join and also do a 3 in 30. In total, with my team, I have 1,000 points. I become a what? A senior manager. Then my 3rd month, I introduce other 3 people. When I introduce other 3 people, when my 1st month, you've introduced 3 and above. 2nd month, you've introduced 3 and above. 3rd month, you've introduced 3 and above. And you have done 2,000 points. You become an executive manager. You're moving towards director. Then the 4th month, if you do 4,000 points. So the second way of becoming a director, you have to, you do it through accumulation. Once you become a senior manager, your points keep on accumulating. The company wants you to do 10,000 points with your entire team, but you have to do 4,000 points in your final what? In your final month. Meaning that the easiest way to actually become a new director is by building your business, build your team, have like 50 people on your team, then hit executive manager with 2,000. Once you hit executive manager with 2,000 and you have 250 points, the following month when you do the 4,000, you become a what? You become a director. Is that clear? The 2 ways. One is become an executive manager and then do 4,000. Number 2, accumulate 10,000 points with your what? With your team. And in your final month, become a senior manager. And then now 1, 2, 3, 6 months, accumulate 10,000 points. But then in the final month, you must do what? You must do the 4,000 what? You must do the 4,000 points. And then there you are a brand new what? A brand new director. Now, as you're struggling or as you're working towards becoming a director, one thing that you must have into consideration, or one thing that you need to have in mind. One thing that you need to have in mind is that Numbers, 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 numbers. You need to make sure that you play around with the numbers. You need to make sure that you have actually, because for someone to become a very good, solid, good director, you must be having between 50 people all the way to 100 people and above. Between 50 people all the way to 100 what? 100 people. So meaning that even if I join this month and become executive manager, and then the second month I become director, that is still a director, but you're not very stable because you need numbers. Numbers. So that is where the 3 and 30 comes in, that we must be doing a 3 and 30 every single month. That's why you must emphasize and teach your team how to do 3 and 30s every single what? Every single month. Are we together? Now, what are the benefits of becoming a director? My goodness. You know, the benefits of becoming a director keep on getting better and better and better every other day. I think the company wants many directors. The company wants you to become director. Team Lion Kings wants you to become director. The benefits of becoming director are becoming more and more and more and more exciting. Every other day, every other minute, they are becoming more exciting. Can you imagine? Number one benefit of becoming a director is the recognition. Do you know what it feels to, to put on that director pin and you're moving around like a director, you're talking like a director, you're dressing like a director, you're thinking like a director. In fact, when you become a director, even your immune system increases. Can you imagine? Becoming a director boosts up your immune system because you're happy, you're no longer stressed, you are okay, Even if you have so many mavanja, so you have so many debts, and they keep on calling, don't worry, don't worry. By the way, I became a director, so I am going to pay you anytime. Don't worry, I am now a director, I'm going to pay you, I have money. Can you imagine? That alone gives you a peaceful mind. So there is that director recognition. Of course, Erica, when you become director, your immune system increases. Now, the other benefit of becoming a director, that commission between 1.5 million shillings all the way to 3.5 million shillings. It can even go to 5 million shillings. It can even go to 4 million shillings, as long as you are a director who has been doing a 3 in 30 every single month. You are a director, you're introducing 3, 4, 5 people, 3, 4, 5 people, 3, 4, 5 people. And everyone in your team is also doing the same. 3, 4, 5 people, 3, 4, 5 people every single month. You are a director who is solid, and the commission is between 1.5 to 3.5. It can even cross to 4 million shillings. Do we want money? If you want money, let's become directors. I mean, if you're doing this business part-time and your job is paying you maybe 2 million shillings, now when you become a director, New Life adds you another 2 million shillings. That means you're now earning 4 million shillings. You know, I was doing a presentation sometime back, many years ago, somewhere, and I asked the audience, so what would you do if you became a director and the company started paying you 2.5 million shillings? One of the gentlemen stood up and said, "Director, if I become director, I will marry another wife." Can you imagine? Very, very interesting. But there's so many things that happen when you become director. Now we are even making director even much better. When you become a director, you and your partner By the way, whenever you are registering, please, whenever people are registering, ask them to put their partners. If you don't have a partner, make sure you put one. If you're not yet married, at least put your mother, put your dad, put maybe your sister. Okay, your sister can even become a distributor, but make sure you have a partner. Now, when you become a brand new director, you and your partner, you are going to be receiving a dinner at the Kampala Serena Hotel. It's a 5-star hotel. Can you imagine? You know, earlier alone when I posted it in the group, Director Badu said, oh my goodness, I feel I want to become a director again. Guys, these are opportunities. You know, new life is about making money, living healthy, and having fun. Let's go take pictures. We eat, we're happy, you know. Guys, if you guys don't become directors, so that, because every month we want to be taking at least like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to Serena Hotel, and we eat and we have fun. Can you imagine? In fact, I think when you become this, you're going to be having 2 dinners. You have the step-up dinner that we have at the Emburara, that we have where we take our managers and senior managers. Of course, when you become director, when we are taking managers and senior managers for their step-up dinner, you are a director, you still have to come, isn't it? But on top of that, there is Serena. That where you go and there are starters, there are finishers, there are those to increase the appetite, there are those to reduce on the appetite, that kind of setup. And of course, eating at Serena, you with the ministers, you're with the presidents. Can you imagine? Guys, let's become directors. Let's become directors. Remember that when you become a director, you have your air ticket fully paid for by Team Lion Kings to Zanzibar, Banangi. Why can't we become directors really? You have dinners, 2 dinners. Serena is now there. There's an air ticket to Zanzibar. If I was a distributor, honestly, instead of talking to 100 people in a month so that I get a 3 in 30, I would talk to 200 so that I can be able to get a 6 in 30. Can you imagine? Guys, let's work. Let's work. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy the business. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's work so hard. If there is any better time to work hard, if there's any time to give it our best, the time is now. The time is this year, not next year, but when? This year. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wish and pray that all of us that are on this call will become directors. I just wish and pray that all of us that are on this call work so hard, not only to become directors, but to also develop directors. Because director is the way to go. 2 ways. Become an executive manager with 250 points. Following month, do 4,000 points. As simple as that. Number 2, you can accumulate, become a senior manager, and then accumulate up to 10,000 points in 6 months. And then in the final month, do what? Do the 4,000 points. And you need a team between 50 people to 100 people and above for you to We believe in you. We know you can make it. We know you can become director. This is the year. This is the year for you to become director. A check of 3.5 million shillings, dinners, a trip to Zanzibar. We can do it. I know we can. Let's go for it. Thank you so much and have a blessed evening.